idea that I tried to express the other day with a little more clarity, I hope. So in this visual, I'm thinking about how we could maybe pace ourselves in our 16-week long courses covering half of the book. And so kind of the math behind it that I don't think I was accurate on the other day. We have 64 hours in our course. So I'm looking at each week having 2 days. So week 1, day A and day B. And then each day having 2 hours. So hour 1, hour 2. So day A would be either a Monday or a Tuesday. Day B would be Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the breakdown. And then 2-hour courses, maybe with a 10-minute break between, so 2 50-minute lessons. What that would allow us to do is to have a couple of days where we don't use the book. The way I'm thinking I would probably do it is day 1, you're doing your introductions, going through your syllabus and getting my English Lab registrations done. And then maybe around the end of week 11, before you have registration for the next term, you could do a little bit of student-teacher conferencing, or if it's a TABE testing semester, then we could do that there. So if we were going to cover 6 units and we subtract those 4 hours of instruction for two of those days, so 2 hours, 2 days, 4, we have 60 hours of instruction left. Divided by 6 units, we would have 10 hours of instruction per unit. And if we had 10 hours per unit, we could cover 1-hour lessons for 8 or 9 lessons, plus give students an hour of in-class test time. Of course, if people wanted to slow things down, they could also give that test at home. But this is just a quick visual. I'm not saying that we should do odd units. I just chose this as a way to show covering multiple units of the book. So each unit gets 5 class periods. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each class period is broken down into 2 1-hour sections. And so, for example, we could cover Unit 1, Lesson 1 and 2, 3, 4. You can see like this. 5 classes for the next unit, 5 classes for the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So that would be one way to get through. Actually, I think in this example, we get through 10 lessons. Sorry about that. This is probably the one that I would shoot for, where we're covering 8 to 9 lessons. Again, we have our intro day, we have a day for conferencing, TABE testing, and here a couple of lessons could be doubled up in 1 hour. So at the beginner level, this is vocabulary, listening, speaking, pretty quick, and then a reading lesson. Lesson 3 is grammar. I would combine that day, hour 1 and hour 2, with digital literacy. I'd focus on Padlet and have the students do a speaking assignment on the grammar day. Next day I'd cover 2 lessons in 2 hours, and then lesson 8 and 9 is usually writing, so I'd go through the writing model and examples fairly quickly, giving them book information, modeling it in class, and then digital literacy would be Microsoft Word, typing your paragraph at the beginner level, saving it, and uploading it as an assignment into Brightspace. I kept the lesson 10, everyone seemed to like that, for speaking activities, soft skills, and then test time. So every lesson 3, 8, and 9 would be paired with digital literacy. Lesson 3 is grammar. I'd pair that with speaking, practice in class, and then record some speaking assignment that I could assess their use of that grammar structure. And then writing, I would always do with Microsoft Word, getting them used to opening a document, typing, saving, uploading, and so on. So that's repeated throughout. Every time you see lesson 3, 8, and 9, whether it's unit 1, 3, unit 5. And here I would get through 6 units Again, with 2 days of not using the book, so I'd have 60 hours of instruction and giving time in class for the test. Again, I think that could be optional, but I think for people who are busy, have kids or whatever, it's good to give them that time if they choose to take it at home. Personally, I'm okay with that. So anyway, that is a quick overview of how I would propose using half of the book, and then this covers 6 out of the 12 units per book at each level, leaving 6 out of 12 units for independent study. As a group, I think it'd be good if we did do something like this, if we decided we're going to cover unit 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, whatever, so everyone's covering the same units. This is just, again, for demonstration purposes. So I will share this, and we can talk about it next time we meet.